Not that I need anything because I've got stupid amounts of stock, but I think buying in this business is a bit of a bug. If you see a bargain, you can't help but grab it. It's a good way to wind the wife up while I'm waiting for dinner. Good Friday morning. Well, at least it's Friday morning at the time I'm recording this. Just dropped my daughter off to school and gonna head to the gym now. When I'm done at the gym, go home, start pulling some of the orders that have come in, run you through some of the bits and pieces we've sold over the last day, and then I'll show you some of the bits and pieces that I picked up at market yesterday. Now in my office, and I'm just unpacking what I picked up yesterday when I was at the market, and I thought I'd have a run through it all with you guys just to show you what I bought. Not that I need anything because I've got stupid amounts of stock, but I think buying in this business is a bit of a bug. If you see a bargain, you can't help but grab it. So anyway, without further nattering, let me go forward and show you what we bought. First off, now this is something that I would never usually pick up. It's a right odd thing for me to buy, but it was too good to say no. See these boxes of Yardley soaps. I purchased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were 10 of these box sets, and then single bars of soap. You got Boots, Sea Kelp, blah blah blah. I think in all there was about 15 bars of soap, individuals. I got it all for a tenner, which was ridiculous, because I sold 2 of these boxes and got my tenner back. So in effect, everything here, how well you can see that, see that there, it don't owe me a penny. So this is all free. And when I looked online, I can't believe people selling these like 15, 20 quid a pop. So yeah, that's a good buy. So that will go into one of the stores, and yeah, I'm selling soap. Next, we have something a little bit more interesting. I bought some books. Now these two owe me £1 each. I don't even know what they are, but they're old, which is, and they're in good condition as well. The condition of these is fantastic. 1855. These 2 books. So they've got a lovely age to them, and yeah, the spines are beautiful to look at. So I don't even need to research these to find out that there's going to be a profit in these. This one's slightly older. This one is 1761. It's the history of England. So the history of England in 1761. Now, fortunately, the cover's loose. However, aside from that, it's actually in quite nice condition, age considered. So yeah, that and from my research, that should bring around £30 to £50 as a single volume. And yeah, nice buy. It cost me a £5. So yes, I do like an old book. Next, I picked up some of these Tomica cars. These are always a safe bet. I haven't researched these. However, I know that I've sold Tomica vehicles, which was I think it's the Japanese version of Tomy. Don't quote me on that. I think it's something like that. But yeah, typically, I've had these sell for up to £100, and at £1 each purchased. Again, it's a safe bet. This was a bit of fun. I bought it on a punt. Bongo, not something I know anything about. Don't do much work with these at all. It was a £5 and it looked good. Done a little bit of research into them. So it's 1960s. And I should expect somewhere between, again, 30, 40, 50 if I'm lucky. It would have been part of a pair originally, which, again, doubles the money up and some. But that's all right. For a £5, it's a good way to wind the wife up while I'm waiting for dinner. Now, these were interesting. I did not pay £40 for them. I actually paid a tenner for them. A good friend done me a good deal on them. Now, again, I'd never usually pay anything for a box of matches because they can be a pain in the backside to sell. But I checked these out, and people that sold prices is sold on eBay. These people were paying £5 to £15 a box for these. The Le Petit, they're 1950s. Sounds French, but it says they're made in Sweden. And yeah, there's loads in there. I have no idea how many, maybe 20 boxes in there. So again, at a tenner, you're not going to be hard pushed to find a decent profit in that. Next, the Mudman. I like the Mudmen. They're usually quite a reasonably safe buy, if you buy them at the right price, of course. They're quite popular. There's a lot of people that collect them. These are better than the more common ones. This is just like the Shaolin monk style Mudman. This usually can, you can expect around 40 to 50 pounds on one of these. It's in great condition, no damage to it whatsoever, and £5 paid. That's a safe bet. Now for these pair of vases, they're alright. They're not something I would usually buy, and in fact, I didn't buy them. I was given them. One of the bonuses at the market is you get given a lot of people's junk when they don't want it anymore, and stuff like this. It can be hard to sell on the table. I mean, you might be lucky to get a £5 or a £10 for it. For if you've got a few hundred people walking past you on the table, and a lot of traders, they don't want to lug stuff like this around because obviously they've got to pack this down every time they want to move it on. But for me, I can put it online. It hasn't cost me anything. So 40 quid, UK only sell. There'll be someone in the country who will look at them and be like, do you know what, 40 quid, I'll have them. They'll cost me a small amount to pack, and after fees and all that, I might get a 20, 25 quid profit. So worth bringing home for nothing. Lastly, I have this box here. Now, one of my traders, who's a good friend of mine as well, sent me a text message with a picture of this box. Said, "Ty, do you want a box of shiny rocks? 60 quid. I looked at the picture, and I was like, okay, I'll have that box of shiny rocks for 60 quid. Now, I could see in the top straight away that there was stuff in there to make money from. And as it is, I haven't actually touched the box. This is how I got it. So initially, there's these at the top, which are, I don't know much about rocks, by the way. It's far from something I'm anywhere near an expert on. But there's some shiny crystals in there, and there's one that I'm guessing you can bash open, and there's a few of these. There's a box full of that sort of thing, so I don't know what it's worth. There are some eggs, stone eggs. These look like they are sort of crushed fossil, compressed blah blahs, whatever. Anyway, these are usually a safe bet, sort of between £7 and £12, depending what's in them. And there's stuff like this. Don't ask me what it is, I ain't got a clue. Thankfully, we have the internet, so we can do our research. But one of the main things I saw in the box, which made me quite confident in purchasing this, was this great big thing here. A nice big chunk of rose quartz. Again, don't know much about them. This one here is 2.6 kilograms. I've seen them online, people selling 1 to 1.5 kilo slabs for around £100 plus. So, that there, I think my money's safe just in that. Let's see what's at the bottom here. There is one of them, whatever that is. What's this? Looks like there's quite a bit of agate in there, and that's a nice thing. Look at that. That's it. I didn't know that was in there. Nice, great big slab of amethyst. That's nice. Think of that. What does that weigh? 3.5 kilograms. I don't know what sort of money that goes for. In fact, I'm going to have a quick search. Let's have a look. So, having a look on here, a 3.5 kilo slab of amethyst, you're looking at anywhere from 100 to £300 to £400. I think a lot of that's got to do with the colour, the shape. This is not obviously a clustered geode. You get like the housing where you look inside, so that might affect it. But again, I think from just having a brief look, that should be a safe £50 to £150 in there somewhere. So again, I'm in decent profit already, and we're not done. Let's have a look. It looks like there's lots of pieces of sort of agate. Lots of agate. I'm gonna guess that's onyx. Again, don't shoot me if I'm wrong. Don't know much about this stuff. Oh, it's nice. Fossil. That looks claw or a tooth of some sort. Tooth, more than likely. Interesting. Bags of gemstones. I don't typically know how to deal with that sort of thing, so fossils, another egg, more stones. Yeah, another slab here. What's this? Oh, bookends. What are they? So, get out a minute. So they're quite nice, and where they're sort of already shaped into her bookends, I would like to think I could probably get 60 to 100 for them. Someone else might be sitting at home right now going, "Oh, you ain't gonna get nothing anywhere near that," but I'll get something for them. I'm safe anyway. The box seems to have, again, there's more of this sort of stuff. There's lots more little slices of agate. There's, I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's pretty much that box. But however, bottom line, for 60 quid, I think it's a safe bet. So that all done, I'm going to put it away neatly and store it with my other stuff to list, I think. And one day I'll put it in the shop. Right, Friday pull and pack. I'm going to pull some of the items in the vintage store. First up, I have one. Here's one I pulled earlier. It is a vintage decorative wall hanging plate. Looks, I think it's brass. No, it might be copper. It's one of the two. This has sold for £38 and 13 pence. And that is going, it's actually going to Portugal. So that's that. What have we got next? Grey drawer items, which are down here. Yes, so 2 petrol pumps. Are they dinky? Both dinky. And they sold for £52 and 32 pence. That does include post and packing. And that is also going overseas. It's going to Switzerland. We don't do too many sales to Switzerland, so there you go. What's next? Put this back. Pair of Ladro ducks. Got a feeling that actually, yeah, that is that one, I think. On our office shelves, we keep boxed stuff typically on the shelf here. That's these. Hey, quite sweet, aren't they? Mummy duck with baby ducks in the basket, and that has gone for £54. So it's original Ladro. So you get all the Neo stuff, which doesn't seem to fetch the same money, but if you get the original Ladro, you'll typically make quite, the money, the difference in the money will be a lot better. So that is going to be packed up, and let's go to the US. Another grey drawer item, grey drawer 2, which is high up. Grey drawer 2, a couple of little CRs. Don't know who they're by. They're probably mid-century. They're probably something that might have come out of Japan around the 1950s, 60s. There you go. They were putting out a lot of this stuff, sort of mid 20th century. Sweet. They've gone for £14. And that is that. My wife actually got a lot of bits and pieces packed up yesterday. What did she send out yesterday? We had a Swarovski crystal camera went out. That was quite cool. It was nice. It went for big money. Vintage metal trophy. That was nice. When was that trophy from? 1933. The 50 Milers Club. I'm guessing it'd be a cycling championship trophy. We had Japanese teapot go out and a little silver charm, and that's what went out yesterday on the shop. So that's this shop done. We've also got an order to pull for Antique Boss, which is someone, the lady who bought the indenture the other day. She came back and she pulled. She came back and she purchased another bundle of indentures. So you see there, sort of for quite healthy money, a nice order, £258 order. So indentures are good if you can get them. And then the rest of it is on our Japanese shop for today, which actually there's been a mad rush on Kakeshi dolls. So my wife's currently pulling them, pushing the Kakeshi dolls. Yeah. So maybe we'll go and pay her a visit and see how she's getting on. How's it going, Captain?
It's going good so far.
Where are we? What we pulled?
We have pulled multiple order.
Where is it? Where is it all?
There's one order.
Okay.
This one. There is this one.
Sarah's back with the Kakeshi dolls. She's pulled the Japanese store, and it's literally been a mad rush on Kakeshi dolls. That's a nice one. And that one went for 70 odd quid. Darumas. Yeah, literally an out of the blue mad rush on Kakeshi dolls. It doesn't always happen. I mean, we do stock over 1,000 Kakeshi dolls. That's something that we actually hold a large collection of. So we do sell a few, but yeah, it's quite an interesting. Do you know what? I think there's another one that sold she hasn't picked up that came in about 10 minutes ago. I'll do a favour and I'll go and get that one because it's in 34 in the bomb site room. Lift these drawers open probably to indicate what has space in. Anyway, 34, yes, this one. And no, it's 35. Just about like that. So there's the one. That's the one that sold. That sold £54. So I'll go drop that off to her, and then I'm off to my office. Just thought I'd run through some figures with you. So let's talk about money. I put up a short on Wednesday talking about what we'd done in a day on Tuesday. So it's now Friday. We're halfway through the day. So we're talking about Wednesdays, Thursdays, and then to whatever we've done today up to this point. We've done £1,162.02 in sales. Now that's sales, so that's not taking into consideration any postage fees and not taking into consideration any selling fees. That I don't know the figure, to be completely honest. That's something the accountant will add up and work out and deal with. But that's where we're at. Bear in mind, this is me and my wife. This is our full-time job together. Yeah, overall healthy business. It's been quite a good week. And then, we're approaching Christmas, and now we're coming in for our busiest time of the year, getting our shops ready for Black Friday. That's usually our busiest weekend. There's some phenomenal postage going out on Black Friday. I quite enjoy taking a picture of all the boxes piled up. I've had some good pictures over the years. But yeah, hopefully this will be our biggest to date, and onwards and upwards. But yeah, just thought I'd leave you on that note and give you an idea of where we're at, because I know people like to know that sort of thing. And yeah, have a great day, evening, wherever you are when you're watching this. See you later.